Democrats exist to build and safeguard a fair, free and open society.
We have to give voice to the disadvantaged and dispossessed.
We are committed to fight poverty, oppression, hunger, ignorance, disease and
Our country's Deputy Prime Minister, Nick Clegg.
Thank you, everyone. Welcome to Glasgow, and thank you, Alison, for that very, very kind introduction. It's downhill, I think, after such an uplifting start. We are the party of fairness. We are the party of freedom. And yes, we are the party of jobs. Thank you, and have a great conference. Thank
you. This thing is not quite the sort of borderline chaotic free-for-all it once was. There is a projection of a central message.
Bluntly, to use our strategy director's phraseology, you need to repeat the same message over time and in volume, because otherwise it doesn't get heard. Now, if you're in a coalition, even more so.
There is sort of palpably a sense in which the Lib Dems are saying, well, this bit we own, this bit was our doing.
One was taking the tax threshold up.
Pupil premium.
The same-sex marriage bill.
Which bits are you less keen on, that you would rather leave as the Tories' property, so to speak?
Oh, you mean which ones have the Tories inflicted upon us?
Shared about things like the bedroom tax.
What they call the bedroom tax.
Absolutely appalling, and it's shabby, and it should have been reversed.
I'm uncomfortable about a lot of it.
You're uncomfortable about the bedroom tax?
I didn't vote for it.
There's a Liberal Democrat minister right at the centre of the Department of Work and Pensions who works very closely with Ian Duncan-Smith.
Yeah, Steve Webb.
Yeah. And what do you do about it?
All we can do is pass resolutions, basically.
Dems, come join us! Fight against the bedroom tax! We know you don't want it! You can't have a spare room when a ball kicking's all flat. But Ian Duncan, Smith and Co. have put an end to that. They move to a smaller hood. They say that is a plan. Come on, Lib Dems, come to the bedroom tax spring meeting. Meet up with people affected by the tax.
Between the bedroom tax, universal credit, the capping of benefits, that's less money in our areas. Local shops will shut up. We've built these communities up, and you, as the government, part of the government, is allowing this to happen to our communities. We're going to go back to the 80s when our communities are actually crime-ridden. You see, when people have no money, there's no rules in society. It wasn't us that caused the collapse of the economy. It was the boys at the top of the tree that done that.
It's easy to say that, but there was a contribution to the collapse of the economy, because what happened was a whole set of promises were made to your tenants which proved to be unsustainable because they're only being sustained with money that was being borrowed all the time. So you have to come up with alternatives. The sob stories are fine, and behind the sob stories are people who've been really hurt and damaged. And we don't want to see those people hurt and damaged. But if you try to explain the whole situation in terms of those people, you're going to lose out because the public aren't going to listen.
I would have an open invitation to you and your colleagues and other Lib Dem representatives. I would take you to meet my friends, my family, and show you how the bedroom tax is affecting people. Because it may be a sob story, but it's my life.
People that are actually living in these houses enjoy being in this community. When we built these houses, people took them as their homes. They've done a lot of work to them. As you can see, they keep their gardens really nice. But people's monies gets cut, that'll not happen. You get people in our office coming into our office crying that they can't pay these things. Folk that have never owed us money before now owe us money, and they're just getting deeper and deeper into debt.
If you walk around here, people are talking about the so-called bedroom tax. So within the stronger economy, fairer society sort of paradigm, which one does it fit with?
Well, so we have to get the public finances under control, which is part of the stronger economy, but to do it in as fair a way as we can. You know, taking money off people on modest incomes is never something we would choose to do, but it's something that we've had to do. You've got a very large item of spending, housing benefit. You need to rein in spending. What's the bit of the housing benefit budget that's doing the least? It's the benefit you're paying for spare rooms. You know, these are not comfortable choices. If we were just being indiscriminate about these things, if we never sought to protect the most vulnerable, then I probably couldn't sleep at night, but we do that. There is hard cash for hard cases. You know, there's extra millions of pounds, so that if someone's got a perfectly legitimate argument that says it's just not fair for me, that's why we've given local authorities money to cushion the impact of all of that.
Carol, who's disabled, raised her family in a house that has 4 bedrooms. All but one of her children is now left home, and she's been judged to be under-occupying by 2 rooms.
You coming in? I'm getting the discretionary payment for one room, but I still have to pay for the other one. It's half what I've got to pay, but it's still making me struggle. We can't afford to buy proper meals every at the end of the month. I'm quite happy to move into a smaller home. We just haven't got them. I can't move out the area too far because my kids all get dropped there. My kids couldn't work if I didn't keep their kids.
How long have you been on the waiting list?
Over 4.5 years.
We've shifted about 7 people because I know it's not a great deal, but out of 200 we'll only be able to rehouse 7.
So even after moving people and discretionary payments, 137 out of 200 are just have to lump it and just pay it.
Exactly.
It hammers people, takes money out of their pockets, which they desperately need, trying to push them into an action they simply can't take because the housing isn't available, and therefore it's socially unjust. That's what people think.
So very often we find the more you look into these issues, there's more to them than meets the eye. Why is it immoral to ask someone in a council house to pay towards the cost of having a bigger house when it's not immoral to ask someone who rents from a private landlord?
Isn't it because
you can't
social
have
housing
both.
sits on a different moral foundation to private housing, and that category exists for a different reason?
But we're talking about people on identical levels of income, for example. So why is it moral to have 2 houses next door to each other where a private tenant has to pay for their spare room and a council tenant doesn't? Is that socially just?
Conference. As I stand here today, looking at a hall full of faces, the face I have in mind is a woman I met on the doorstep. If there is anyone in this hall who hasn't met someone similar on the doorstep, it is not because they do not exist. It is because you have not knocked on enough doors.
Sorry, Maureen. A nightmare.
It is shocking to hear some Labour councils are not spending discretionary funds, creating further hardship for people for political gain. But then Labour should already be ashamed. We are Liberal Democrats and we do not kick somebody when they are down. We hold out our hand and we say, are you okay? Can I give you a hand up?
I did not join the Liberal Democrats to cut the income and living standards of the poor.
I thought Liberal Democrats believed in sustainable, strong communities, and what we're talking about is splitting communities.
The dilemma is, do I want to be kind of outside shouting or inside shaping? Whoever was running the country would be taking billions off benefit spending, I have no doubt about that, but because I'm on the inside, I can shape that in a way that every member who comes to this conference would be proud of.
It is helpful, but it is not enough.
Discretionary funds, you might say, are the answer. Tell me, why should they believe in the system's ability to understand their needs when they were 8 months into their 11-month struggle to get a decision from Atos?
Vote in favour of a resolution which condemns a piece of legislation and a piece of government practice which can only be described as reprehensible and evil.
Do the right thing this afternoon. Vote for motion.
Vote for the motion.
All those in favour? And any against? And 1. Okay, that is passed. Thank you, everyone. Sorry we overran. As I said, if you can please leave as quickly as you can, because the hall is needed immediately afterwards.